Hello. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's section of readings. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them, but for this installment, I'm going to use the Wild Reflections Tarot deck by Spell. If I can coordinate myself here, sorry about that. And I know there's a Spell website on the back here. I think it's over there. So if you want to check it out or find this deck, there's the information. You can freeze frame and check out what you want to check out if you're interested, naturally. Supportive Oracle cards, Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. Illustrated by Jesse Reish. And then there's a website at the bottom, heyhouse.com, somewhere down there. I usually find it if I look hard enough, but it's there somewhere, heyhouse.com if you're interested. Okay. And last but not least, I use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana, substituting 22 for 0, the Fool. 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and a 4-sided dice to choose the element to decide which section of the minor arcana I'm going to use. These came from mathartfun.com, or the dice shop. The website is mathartfun.com if you're looking for that. That's where those ones came from. Okay, that being said, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. It's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Thank you very much for watching, and let's get into your reading. Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Capricorn? Well, there's a lot of fire starting off, but it's grounded. It's grounded in the Eight of Pentacles. So it's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot going on. Whatever this is, it seems like it's in order for the most part. It's not perfect. So whatever this situation is, I feel like if I'm looking at it realistically, I'm like, it's doing pretty good. It's doing pretty good. Is it perfect? I don't know about perfect, but that's it. I keep feeling like, I don't know if I explained it wrong. Maybe I have to do it again. Like, so it's like if you're supposed to have a straight line, I feel like, especially I used to know a Capricorn who was very good with woodworking. If it's supposed to be a straight line, then it needs to be a straight line, right? But there were certain things where I remember he taught me, if it's going to be hidden behind something, like if there's going to be molding on the front of it, you know, hiding the imperfections, it's not as bad. So it's kind of like, I'm going to know that it wasn't perfect, but nobody else, because there's going to be something covering it, and it's going to still serve its function, so it's okay. And I remember he taught me that. That was very interesting. It was a long time ago. There's a little gnat flying around me. I don't know where he came from, but he can go white. What do we have coming in from the past, though? When you started into this situation, did you like it? I feel like, no, I didn't. That's interesting. The dice are saying you did not. 10 of Swords and the Empress reversed. This card showed up, kind of like, okay, this makes more sense to me the more. So I wasn't expecting much from this situation. I don't really know that I wanted to be a part of this part of it. Maybe I was looking at it kind of like, this is kind of screwball. This is kind of weird. I don't expect this to really work right. So in the beginning, I feel like maybe you didn't get overly attached to it. Kind of like, I don't think this is going to go well. I don't think this is going to be my thing. So I feel like you had an emotional buffer. I'll do what I have to do here, especially if this was a work-related thing, especially. Kind of like, all right, I'm paid to be here. This is how I make my living. I got to be a part of this project. I don't really believe in these people. I am not going to do all the work and all these other people get the credit. That will not be happening. That will not be happening. So I'm not going to overinvest. I'm going to put my energy towards stuff that makes sense for me. And when it comes to this project, I'm just going to tread lightly with it. I'm just going to tread lightly with it. I keep feeling it's something like that. Kind of like, I'm just not going to let it bother me. I'm just going to kind of stay a little, whatever I have to do, then I'll do what I have to do. Other than that, I'm going to just kind of pull it back a little bit. And ironically, people seemed to understand that you weren't going to waste your time with them. If they wanted your energy in this situation, they had to prove to you that they were going to honor you. And they had to respect the rules that came with that. Are we good? Okay. I do feel like I got deeper into this than I originally intended to. But I've been taking slow and sure steps. And I'm like, you know what? As far as I'm in, I'm getting something out of this. But I feel like I'm starting to get pretty deep. It's kind of like I was waiting in, like if you're in the side of a lake or something, I was kind of just going up to my ankles and just kind of walking in where I had to, you know what I mean? I was comfortable with that. And you know, like now I'm kind of up to my knees here. Kind of up to my knees. This is a bit further than I wanted. It's not the worst thing, but it's further than I really wanted. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. Turns out the day's a little bit hotter than expected, and the water's more comfortable than I really thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be too cold for me. I didn't think it was going to work out for me, but I'm actually quite happy with it. I'm enjoying it. I think you are enjoying it too, by the way. So at this point, that's one of the reasons you're deeper into it. It's because you've been enjoying it, and it does seem to be respecting you like it should be. Respect is a big thing here. I keep getting that word, is like, as long as I'm being respected within you know, I feel like, you know, if especially if there's a bunch of people, it's key people and how key people treat you. It's key people. I mean, you know, some people are just who they are, you know. The energy keeps moving forward. Okay. Let's see. This is a good reading. It's just I keep feeling this unexpected. I don't see the Tower card. There's nothing like that coming in, but it's kind of like I feel like if I keep looking back, I'm like I wasn't thinking I was going to get this deep in this. It's starting to form. You got the Hierophant coming in like this, which means it could go right side up and really lock in, or it could go upside down and you could let go. It's kind of up to you, clearly. But it's kind of like, I feel like it's starting to lock in. I think we're starting to get to that point where it's starting to, because I feel like I feel more a part of the situation. I feel like I'm more on the in on this one, maybe. And it just keeps coming forward. I'm feeling respected. I keep getting that word. I feel like for this situation, I do feel like people are honoring me the way they should be, within respect. You know, some people are just who they are. But overall, I'm feeling it's here, what I'm looking for. You're an earth sign, Capricorn, you know, you're very realistic about certain people. I don't know if there's a reason I have to highlight this. Maybe for certain people, you learn about certain people. You know what to expect from certain people. You don't expect frogs to fly. You know what I mean? You expect them to catch flies. I don't know why we're going down that road, but like for some of you, I feel like there's certain people in this situation, they're like, take a little closer look, and like if you're getting upset with how certain people are treating you, see how they're treating other people. Certain people are just who they are. And it's kind of like, you know, yes, you should be treated better. No, you should not be putting up with people treating you poorly, but it's like if you look how they treat other people, you're like, okay, that one's just what they are. Wasting my time and trying to fix something that just enjoys being broken. It is what it is. I don't know why we're going there, but in case that makes sense, kind of like nobody else seems to be able to fix it. And it's not like you can't make it go better. You should call out things that need to be called out. You should have a level of respect and not let people walk all over you. I'm not saying you should, but it's like don't expect them to really do the right thing if they just never do the right thing. Plan ahead, keep yourself ahead of it. You know how that goes. I don't know why it has to keep coming in, but maybe for some people, it's kind of like something's getting under your skin a little bit. And you're like, why doesn't this person do what they're supposed to? But if you look a little closer, like, it's completely against their moral code. If this was the right thing to do, they're like, oh, I can't do that. You know what I mean? That same energy that I'm feeling, like, this overall situation is good. There are the little annoyances. There always will be. You know how that goes. When that comes forward, there seems to be a way for you to put that where you need to put that. Okay. Is something getting like right out of your way? They don't like that you don't give them what they want. I don't see the problem in that. A block is being removed, and you are not going to give. You're not going to give up any ground. So it's one of those things where I feel like they're saying if this gets out of your way, for example, if say it's a group of people, maybe one or two of them are just a pain in your butt, but then they're just going somewhere else, they're getting moved to another team, they're gone, whatever. I feel like they're saying is don't hold on, try to not hold on to feelings that will never be resolved. It's kind of like, expecting a frog to fly. If you look at it closely, you're just like, I don't think this person's capable of doing the right thing. Even though they should acknowledge, and I'm not saying you're wrong, you're probably completely right. It's a general read, It's just like, is it realistic that you're going to authentically get that? It reminds me of a relative of mine when I was younger. Was very big on making people say they were sorry to them when they did something wrong. I don't know that we had an argument later, but we had a discussion at one point in life, kind of like, I don't understand why you make them do that when it's completely empty and it's worthless. If it has no meaning behind it, I don't understand why you're making them do that. You know what I mean? So, and I feel like Capricorn is big on that. You don't want somebody to hand you something that is completely empty and worthless. And it's almost like they're looking at this situation. If somebody has a hold on you or causing you an unhappiness of some version, do they really have the ability to give you what would make it right? Or would they just give you, it's kind of like, I've worked in a few different places. And I remember there was a couple people in management that they would say the right thing, but you could see, to me it was very obvious. You could see it in their eyes that they didn't mean it. They'd apologize for something. Or like my big one that I hear, I hate when people say this, I'm sorry that you felt that way. Like to me, that's a BS comment. Like you shouldn't even bother saying anything if you're going to say that, because it's basically discounting somebody's feelings. Like, oh, you're upset, but I don't think you should be upset. That's what I hear anyway. Stuff like that, stuff in that category. So it's kind of like expecting a frog to fly. They're saying like, if there's a way for you to resolve that, just kind of like, you know what, that's just a frog. It's never going to fly. They're wrong. They're just wrong. They're wrong to everybody, though. Because what you have coming next out of this, when they get out of your way, things can go very well for you. But that energy leaves damage behind if you're not careful. And you could end up enjoying the situation, but you might end up blocking a lot of things because of it. Because of some bad apples, if you will. Some frogs that were never going to fly. Or another thing you could do, if you decide, it's up to you, clearly, you could still connect with people, but you learn very well. Earth signs learn very well. I just kind of talked about this in the Virgo read. I just did this one. One of the reasons Earth signs, and you're an Earth sign, Capricorn, one of the reasons you're so successful is like when things go wrong, you don't like that, and then you fix it, and you're like, I'm not going to deal with that again. The thing that hopefully is being fixed here is seeing people a little closer, and kind of like when somebody starts being a real jerk to you or doing things wrong to you, kind of like, wait a minute, how are they treating other people? Is this person just a dud? Are they just a frog? Is that just all they are? I'm not going to connect to that. But then I'm looking at other people, like, I kind of like this person. All right, I kind of like them. I would like to give them a chance, but like, before I get too close, how are they treating other people? How do other people treat them? Let's go out to lunch a couple times. Let me see how they treat the wait staff. I personally feel like you can tell a lot about a person how they treat wait staff, because wait staff, that's a very, in my opinion, that's a very hard job. And somebody being nice and bringing you stuff, and they deserve the tips they get. I really think that. I think that's a hard job. I only did it once in my life, and I don't plan to do it again because it's hard. I think it's very hard. You got to balance a lot of stuff. You got to keep things right in your head, especially if you're busy. You know what I mean? But like, when you watch somebody how they treat, like, if they're very expectant, they don't really have any, compassion for the person helping them. They're not very nice to the person helping them. I feel like that speaks volumes about people. I really, really personally do. I watch out for that. And not just like wait staff, like other things in life, or like, when you notice somebody just goes out of their way just to be a jerk, just because they think they're entitled to be a jerk. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. They're saying, definitely you're going to learn from this, but don't learn to block people out in this situation because of it. Learn more of like who deserves to be in your company from this, and how do I, move that around correctly to where it benefits me, you, Capricorn. This situation is going to keep going, and it's going to offer you a lot more going forward. You're a very key component here, in my opinion. I don't know what the situation is, but true to Capricorn, you offer stability, and the offer isn't, I say offer, and I'm trying not to laugh, because it's like, it's not like you really offer it, you kind of demand it, in my opinion. A lot of Capricorns in my family. Capricorn can be very, very nice and very, very pleasant. But when they bring in stability, it's not so much an offer as in like, this is how it's supposed to go, this is how we're going to do it if I'm going to be a part of this. It's just my opinion. I've learned the hard way with some Capricorns. We got a lot of them in my family. Kind of like, if I'm stabilizing this, it's not an elective. It's like, this is how it's going to go if I'm going to be here. So it's just the way I learned it. That's why certain people will walk away because of it. I wouldn't feel bad about it. I would feel lucky. I would feel like, well, lucky for the people who stayed, because it just makes it easier for them to toe the line the way it should be done. I would just see it as a positive, because more is coming in. You're going to be offered more. People like you. People like you in this situation because you do offer that stability. People want that stability. People want that confidence that I'm going to do this, and when I do this, I'm going to get that out of it. And your energy is kind of promoting that. Whether, for example, if you're working somewhere and maybe you're not management, maybe you're a worker like everybody else, but you not putting up with somebody not giving you your fair share, other people stand right with that. Like, Capricorn's right. Capricorn's getting their fair share, and I'm getting mine too, because Capricorn is right. That's how it is. A lot of good energy can come in this situation. It goes a lot better if you're able to pick and choose and pull people close that deserve to. I feel like they're trying to help you get that real victory where you can enjoy this, get the most out of it, and bring the people who deserve to be in your company with you, who deserve to be there. Slam. Energy is just kind of like, there's a lot. This could be really good. It's been building. It's a good thing. It might as well keep being a good thing, right? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.